Why are they everywhere? How did they invade us? Life is more exciting than we give credit for, so I welcome our overlords. For instance, this is just a banana, but with the power of imagination, it transforms into adventures would await after each corner, if we only were just more curious and open-minded, to see possibilities and beauty in the mundane. To develop this superpower, just try to figure out 5 alternative ways to use a banana, by analyzing and applying its qualities. So pause the video until then. My 5 are using as a back scratcher, glue, to make a body part look bigger, earplugs and a toy. I meant a boomerang. Moreover, the excitement, positive energy they bring is viral. It spreads and takes no prisoners. Symptoms include smiling and saying words full of explosive positiveness. The source of their excitement is truly to be in the moment, by concentrating on the process, not just the goal. Meditation will let you enter the same headspace. Another source is to perceive things over the top, so each discovery is breathtaking. Pro tip: the same way as water is the tastiest, when you are really thirsty, try to satisfy a neglected need in a positive way, or try new, non-life-threatening things. Moreover, at some point they start to bend reality to their will, creating bizarre scenarios, like using highly trained spies to reenact a cartoon. We might laugh at how silly they are, by not knowing the norms of society. But are not we just as ridiculous, if not even more so, by adhering to the norms so much? To feel shackled by the chains of society? Hate feeling like a loser, because you are not a famous millionaire? Dating supermodels? These characters re-examining and subverting the norms of society, show that we have the power to influence our reality by choosing the framework. Sadly, many have forgotten this truth, so make sure that the game is not rigged from the start. Also in real life, by being bizarre they connect with like-minded people, who might not be brave enough to do it on their own, and if enough people are on it, being bizarre becomes a norm. The school or work environment does not need to be soul-crushing. If enough people unite and strive for more positive change, life might get so difficult that we wish to give up, but they let us take a break and recharge, by showing a light-hearted side of life and even encouraging us, such as when you feel down, remember that Anya thinks you are cool, or get cheered up by minions. Comment what is in your playlist to cheer you up. But when even these reactors of joy get serious or even sad, you know that shite is getting serious. For instance, to sum up everybody's reactions after seeing this. This visceral feeling boils down to contrasts. In the same way as to see stars, we need darkness. Also in your life, the harder it is, the more you will appreciate wholesomeness. Moreover, they are like to show viewers the humanity of serious characters. Even a badass often, who uses the loss of his parents as strength to make the world a better place with his borderline superhuman physical abilities and intellect. Agent Twilight makes James Bond run for his money, because being in own element is Mr. Perfect, master of infiltration and martial arts. But Anya forces to confront his lost innocence, and forces him to join the weeb side, making Twilight much more relatable.
When can I start having sex?
In a world where people strive to be adults as soon as possible, these characters show the power of being a child, and remind grown-ups to be in touch with their inner child. Characters like Frankie are great examples of it. Although he is a grown-up, who constantly risks with own life, be it fighting in a war or being an informant, has seen terrifying things during war and the oppressive regime, making him somewhat cynical. But you could not tell it, from his smile and usually cheerful attitude, because even despite the dire situation, he tries to enjoy life, its little pleasures. When tomorrow might not come, you try to enjoy what you can get, as much as possible. Frankie really puts in perspective what is truly important, and helps to see how ultimately insignificant can be our problems. That is more important than what happens to us, is how we react to it. Luckily the response reaction can be trained with cognitive behavioral therapy. That is, first identify the toxic belief, second argue it with logic, third replace it with a better belief. Also, Frankie is not unrealistically optimistic. There are times when he is so depressed. Luckily, Twilight's mask of a cold-hearted professional slips, and we see the importance of a true friend, having your back at your worst, no matter what. The same about Frankie, although he can be such a nuisance to Twilight, like forcing the Spy to cosplay. Twilight usually depends on Frankie, when cannot handle things alone, be it to babysit Anya or to fight a criminal organization, being at least as big a nuisance as Frankie. This shows that not all worthy friendships are effortless. Moreover, Frankie's interactions with Anya make them a dynamic duo, because they build on each other's crazy ideas, and bend reality to their will. For instance, Anya just wanted Lloyd to cosplay Bondman. It was Frankie's idea to rent a castle and get spies. Also, no wonder Frankie is an inventor, because it forces to be very curious and approach things from different points of view. Frankie is really a character who combines the responsibility and knowledge of an adult with the enjoyment of life and curiosity of a child. By the way, from a writing point of view, it is a bonus if Luck's stat balance is low intelligence or physical capabilities, because it facilitates the ridiculousness. Also because our minds are biased to perceive a human child or at least something reminding it as adorable, so a cute character design helps to communicate the mental development of the character. Help now you see why we had no chance against the invaders, and it is such a huge blast to watch their antics, hitting bullseyes to those dopamine centers.